Tonight, let us take a slow and gentle journey into one of the most natural and mysterious experiences we all share: the journey of sleep. Every night when you close your eyes and allow your body to rest, you step into a world that is at once quiet, hidden, and full of activity beneath the surface. Sleep may seem simple from the outside. Your eyes shut, your body lies still, and hours later you open them again. But inside, there is an entire rhythm playing out, a delicate dance of the brain and the body working together to restore you. Here, on Boring Sleepy Scientist, we are going to walk through this world carefully, step by step, from the first moments of drowsiness to the deepest stages of rest. You do not need to hold on to every detail. In fact, you don't need to try at all. Just let the words flow over you. Like the tide washing gently across the sand, the rhythm of this story is here to carry you further into peace. And if you drift off along the way, that is exactly what it is meant to do. Think about the moment when you are preparing for bed. Perhaps the lights are dim. Maybe there is a soft hum of a fan or the quiet rhythm of your own breath. Your body knows what comes next. The muscles that worked through the day begin to loosen. The shoulders let go of their heaviness, and the mind that carried so many thoughts begins to set them down. You are still awake, yes, but there is a quiet tug, a gentle invitation pulling you closer to the border between wakefulness and sleep. That in-between state is the beginning of our journey. Scientists often describe sleep as a cycle, moving through different stages, one leading into the other like stepping stones in the dark. But for you, it may feel more like floating away from the edges of thought into something softer, quieter, easier. The first stage begins with drowsiness. You know this place. Your eyelids grow heavy, and sometimes they close on their own even when you tell yourself you're not ready. The world around you becomes muffled, like sound wrapped in cotton. Your thoughts no longer march in a straight line. They wander. A memory drifts into a daydream. A plan for tomorrow fades into an image of something you once saw long ago. In these moments, the boundary between waking life and dreaming begins to blur. Your muscles relax, though you might feel a little twitch, a sudden startle that makes your body jump. It is called a hypnic jerk, and almost everyone feels it at times. Scientists believe it is the body's way of adjusting as you surrender control, a final check before handing yourself over to sleep. Even though this first stage is light and you could easily be woken, it is an important doorway. Your brain waves begin to slow down, moving from the quick, busy patterns of daytime into slower, smoother rhythms. Imagine them as gentle ripples replacing the sharp splashes of a restless surface. Your breathing steadies, your heart takes a slower pace. Inside, the body is quietly preparing, like a theater dimming the lights before the curtain rises. The human need for sleep is universal, and yet for thousands of years it was one of life's deepest mysteries. Ancient people believed sleep was a time when the spirit traveled to another realm. Others thought dreams were messages from the gods. Today, science gives us more detail, but even with all we know, sleep remains something magical in its own right. It is the one place where we are completely vulnerable and yet completely protected, our body keeping watch while our mind drifts far away. As you lie here listening, imagine yourself standing at the edge of a forest just after sunset. The sky is still touched with the last light of day, but shadows have begun to stretch long across the ground. You take a step forward, and the sounds of the world behind you grow faint. Another step, and the air becomes cooler, calmer, filled with the scent of earth and leaves. This is the threshold of sleep. It is not a sudden change, but a slow crossing, and your body knows exactly how to take you there. Scientists tell us that the first stage of sleep lasts only a few minutes, but in those minutes the body is already shifting into a new mode. Muscles loosen, eyes roll slowly beneath the lids, and thoughts grow scattered. You may feel as if you are drifting, or that time itself has softened. If you were to wake now, you might not even believe you were asleep. And yet the process has begun. The curtain of consciousness has started to lower. It is worth noticing that the body is not simply switching off. Far from it. Inside the brain, tiny signals are firing. Small chemical messengers are being released, and networks are beginning to synchronize into calmer rhythms. It is almost like an orchestra tuning itself, instruments adjusting their pitch so that the music can begin. This stage may be brief, but it is the gentle doorway that every night carries you toward the deeper stages of rest. So let yourself imagine you are floating now. Floating on the surface of calm water where the air is still and the stars above are reflected all around you. The day has let you go. The demands, the conversations, the little tasks, they are behind you now. Ahead lies only the path inward, deeper into the ocean of sleep. And as you listen, your own body is already taking you there. You don't have to try. You don't have to think about each breath or each beat of your heart. The wisdom of sleep is written into you, a rhythm as ancient as life itself. Even the smallest creatures in the sea, even the tallest trees reaching to the sky live by rhythms of rest. And here you are, part of that same quiet cycle. Drowsiness is not weakness. It is a gift, a gentle signal from your body that it is time to let go. And so the doorway has closed softly behind you. The thin veil of drowsiness gives way to something deeper, quieter, steadier. You are no longer just drifting at the edge of sleep. You are stepping further inside. This is the stage that scientists call light sleep, but the name can be a little misleading. Because even though the sleep is light compared to what comes later, it is here that your body begins its serious work of letting go. Your breathing becomes smoother, more regular. The small twitches and jerks of the first stage fade away. The heart slows down, taking on a rhythm that is both steady and calm. Your muscles soften into the mattress, the weight of the day dissolving little by little. Imagine a lantern burning at twilight. In stage 1, the flame still flickered, sometimes strong, sometimes weak. But now, in this stage, the flame steadies. Its light is low, but its glow is consistent. Inside your brain, the patterns of activity are changing. If we could watch them from above, they would look different from when you were awake. Quick, sharp waves of thought give way to slower, more rounded pulses. Scientists call them sleep spindles, sudden bursts of activity that rise and fall like ripples in water. These spindles are thought to help shield your brain from the noise of the outside world. A car passing in the distance, a door closing in another room, a faint sound of wind. Your brain learns to fold these things away, protecting the fragile state you are in. It is as though a gentle curtain has been drawn, dimming distractions, keeping you safe within your cocoon of rest. You may not dream vividly here, not yet. Instead, your mind floats in quiet patterns, fragments of memory blending with images that fade before they take form. This is the stage where your body temperature begins to drop, where your core cools itself to save energy. The body is wise. It knows that to heal, to restore, it must conserve. Every part of you is moving toward a slower, deeper rhythm. Think of yourself walking further into that forest we imagined before. At the edge, in drowsiness, the air still carried whispers of the day. But here the path is darker, softer, and the sounds of the outside world are barely reaching you. You hear only the calm chorus of crickets, the faint rustle of leaves, the pulse of your own heartbeat echoing quietly in your chest. This is light sleep. You could wake if you had to, but the forest is calling you onward, and it feels so much easier to follow than to turn back. Scientists say this stage of sleep can last for many minutes at a time. In fact, nearly half of your night may be spent in this kind of sleep. It may not be the deepest or the most dream-filled, but it is steady, reliable, protective. Imagine a caretaker gently watching over you, guarding your rest, making sure that nothing startles you too much. That is what stage 2 is, a safe place, a buffer between the edge of wakefulness and the depths to come. As your body relaxes, a quiet miracle begins. Cells are repairing themselves. Tiny damages from the day are being gently fixed. Your immune system takes this opportunity to strengthen, preparing for tomorrow. Memories from the day are being sorted, some set aside to keep, others quietly let go. All of this happens without effort from you. You simply breathe, and the body takes care of the rest. If you listen closely, you might notice that this stage feels timeless. Minutes stretch and blend into one another. You may not remember this part of sleep when you wake, but it is always there, always working faithfully in the background. Just as the ocean has its tides and the moon has its phases, your body has this rhythm, and light sleep is one of its most constant companions. Imagine yourself now lying in a small boat. The water is calm, the stars above are scattered like quiet lanterns. The boat drifts slowly, rocking gently with each ripple. This is what light sleep feels like. You are not yet in the deep ocean, but you are far enough from the shore that the noise of the land no longer reaches you. The water holds you, carries you, so you do not need to steer. All you must do is rest. And as you rest, your brain continues its work. Those sleep spindles, those bursts of quiet protection, are thought to be helping you store memories, making sure the things you learned today do not slip away. They also help with creativity, making subtle connections that you might not notice until tomorrow. Have you ever woken with a solution to a problem, or with a new idea that seemed to arrive from nowhere? Part of that gift begins here, in this stage, where the brain is quietly, invisibly at work. The body too is preparing. Your muscles, though still, are restoring their energy. Your heartbeat moves like a quiet drum, steady and reliable. Blood flows gently through your veins, carrying oxygen, carrying life. Every part of you is alive with silent activity, and yet from your point of view, there's only stillness, only rest. Stay here for a moment in this calm stage. Imagine the forest again. You walk deeper still, the trees thicker now, the air cooler, the sky above hidden by branches. The world of waking life is far behind you. Ahead lies something slower, heavier, more profound. You do not need to rush. The forest guides you step by step, just as your body guides you through the stages of sleep, without your having to think or plan. And soon, you will move into the next stage, the stage of deep rest, where the body begins its most powerful restoration. And as the forest leads you further inward, the air grows heavier with silence. The last traces of the outside world have faded away. You are no longer close to waking. You are stepping into the stage of deep sleep, what scientists often call slow-wave sleep. Here the brain slows to its calmest rhythm, and the body sinks into its deepest restoration. This stage is different. Unlike the lightness of drifting or the soft rocking of the boat, here the sensation is one of weight, a comfortable weight, like being wrapped in blankets on a winter night, or sinking into sand that molds itself perfectly around you. In slow-wave sleep, your body truly lets go. Your breathing is deep and even, the kind of breath that comes not from effort but from pure rest. Your heartbeat slows to its lowest pace. Your muscles become still, almost completely relaxed, as if your body has finally found the perfect position and sees no reason to move. Inside your brain, the change is remarkable. Waves of electrical activity roll through like long, slow tides. These are delta waves, broad, powerful, unhurried. If you could see them, you might imagine a calm ocean where each wave stretches wide, taking its time to rise and fall. It is during these waves that your body undertakes its most important repairs. Cells that were stressed by the day begin to mend. Proteins are built. Tissues strengthen. Growth hormone, which helps your body repair and rebuild, is released in generous amounts. You are, in this stage, quietly healing. Imagine the forest again. You have walked so far inside that the trees now form a shelter around you. The ground is soft with moss. The night air is still. Even the crickets seem to have hushed, leaving only the steady rhythm of your own breath. The deeper you go, the quieter it becomes. That is what slow-wave sleep feels like, a silence so complete that it restores you from the inside out. For the mind, this stage is just as important as it is for the body. Memories that were collected throughout the day are carefully sorted here. It is as though your brain has a vast library, and in deep sleep, the librarians go to work. They take the experiences of your day, label them, and place them on the correct shelves. The important memories are filed safely, while the less useful ones are quietly released. Without this process, the mind would become cluttered, unable to focus. With it, you awaken clearer, more organized, ready to think and learn again. This is also the time when the immune system strengthens. Your body rehearses its defenses, preparing for whatever challenges might come tomorrow. The quietness on the surface hides all the intricate work happening underneath. It is like walking past a silent house at night, not knowing that inside every room is alive with unseen activity. And if you notice, dreams are rare in this stage. The mind does not wander as much here. Instead, it is as if the brain itself is resting, doing only what it must, focusing on repair and renewal. This is why if someone wakes you during deep sleep, you may feel heavy, confused, even disoriented. The body does not want to be disturbed here. It is too busy, too deeply engaged in its work of healing. Stay with this feeling for a moment. Imagine your body as a great quiet factory at night. The machines hum softly, each one doing its task. Some repair broken pieces. Some polish and strengthen the parts that grew dull during the day. Others pack away items to be sent into tomorrow. No one rushes. Everything is done at a slow, steady pace because time itself seems to stretch in this place. Hours may pass without your noticing. You lie still while your body builds itself anew. Scientists believe that children and young people spend more time in this stage than adults. That is because their bodies are growing, their brains are building pathways, their muscles and bones need more repair. As we age, we spend less time in this deep sleep, but even then, the time we do spend here is precious. It is the anchor of rest, the heavy stone at the bottom of the river that keeps the whole flow steady. Think again of the forest. In the very heart of it, there is a clearing, a place so quiet that even the wind seems to pause out of respect. That is where you are now. Deep inside, surrounded by stillness, untouched by the world outside, you are safe here. You are beyond the reach of small noises or passing thoughts. You are rooted in the earth like an old tree that has stood for centuries, strong and unmoving. And yet, even in this stillness, your journey is not over. Sleep is not a straight road but a cycle, a circle you move through again and again. After the stillness of deep sleep, another stage waits for you, one filled with color, movement, and dreams. But you will not rush to it. The body knows when to shift. The brain knows when to stir again. For now, it holds you here, in this deep well of restoration, letting you gather the strength that tomorrow will require. The beauty of this stage is its quiet power. You may not remember it in the morning. In fact, most people remember nothing from deep sleep, but the proof of it is in the way you feel when you wake, stronger, clearer, calmer. That is the gift of slow-wave sleep. It is like night rain watering a field. The crops do not notice. They do not awaken to watch the drops fall. But by morning, they are nourished, refreshed, ready to grow again. So lie still in this calmness carried by your own biology into the deepest restoration. Your body is wiser than you realize. It knows how to heal. It knows how to repair. All you need to do is surrender to it, to trust in this cycle, to drift wherever it takes you. And as you rest, the next stage begins to approach quietly, waiting at the edges. The stage where the mind, after its silence, begins to stir into dreams. And then, without your notice, something begins to change. The stillness of deep sleep shifts ever so slightly. Beneath the calm surface, there is movement again. It is gentle at first, like ripples forming on water after a long, quiet night. Your breath becomes lighter, a little faster. Your heartbeat stirs, rising slightly from its slow rhythm. And deep inside your head, the brain begins to flicker with activity, brightening like a village waking before dawn. This is the stage known as REM sleep, rapid eye movement, the stage where dreams are born. If deep sleep is the heavy stone anchoring you to rest, REM is the river flowing swiftly above it, alive with images and emotions. In this stage, your body remains still as if paralyzed, keeping you safe. But your eyes move quickly beneath your closed lids, darting as though following scenes that only you can see. Imagine it as though the forest you entered before is now alive with light. Shadows twist into shapes. The still trees begin to glow. Paths open into strange directions. some familiar, some mysterious. This is the dreamscape, a world your mind builds for you while you rest. It is made of fragments, pieces of memory, traces of thought, whispers of imagination, all stitched together into something vivid and strange. Scientists have long studied this stage, fascinated by its mysteries. In REM sleep, the brain is as active as it is during waking, sometimes even more so. The difference is that your body is still, disconnected from the commands of the brain, so that you do not act out the dream. It is a clever design. You are free to fly, to run, to swim through impossible oceans or climb impossible mountains, but your physical body remains safe and quiet beneath the covers. Dreams serve many purposes, though not all are fully understood. Some believe they help us process emotions, untangle worries, or rehearse challenges we may face. Others see them as a form of creativity, a playground for the mind to test new connections, new ideas. Whatever their purpose, they are part of this nightly cycle, as natural to you as breathing. Think of the last time you woke with the memory of a dream. Perhaps it was vivid and strange, full of colors and places you have never seen in real life. Or perhaps it was fleeting, slipping away like smoke the moment you opened your eyes. That is the nature of REM sleep. Fleeting, but powerful. Fleeting, but necessary. As you drift through this stage, your brain restores itself in different ways than in deep sleep. It strengthens emotional balance, helps regulate mood, and fosters creativity. Connections between neurons are reinforced, like pathways being paved and smoothed. If slow-wave sleep repairs the body, REM sleep refreshes the mind. Together they form a complete circle of healing. Picture again the cycle of the night as a wheel turning slowly. You begin in drowsiness, then light sleep, then sink into deep, slow waves. Then the wheel turns upward again, carrying you into REM and dreams. After this, the cycle begins anew, repeating through the night. 4, perhaps 5 times before morning. Each cycle carrying you deeper, then higher, in a rhythm that nature has perfected. In the dreamscape, time feels different. Minutes can stretch into whole adventures. Hours can pass in the blink of an eye. The landscapes shift without warning. One moment you are walking down a familiar street, the next you are floating in the sky. The mind does not question it. It accepts the impossible. That is the beauty of dreaming. It is freedom without limit, and when the dream shifts into something unsettling, the body still protects you. Your heart may race, your breath may quicken, but soon the cycle carries you onward, away from the storm, and back into calmer scenes. You are always safe in sleep. You are always guided through. As the night continues, these cycles repeat. Early in the night, deep sleep dominates, anchoring you in restoration. Later, as morning approaches, REM stages lengthen, giving more time for dreams. By the final cycle, near dawn, you may spend long stretches in the dream world, before the light of waking gently pulls you back. And when at last you do awaken, it is not abrupt but gradual. The brain eases you upward, the body stirs, the eyes flutter open. And behind the calm of your morning, behind the freshness you feel, lies the work of the night. The healing of slow waves, the creativity of dreams, the rhythm of cycles repeating in silence. It is remarkable, is it not, that every night this miracle unfolds within you without effort? That you need only lie down, close your eyes, and surrender? Your body knows the path. Your brain knows the way. It does not need instruction, only trust. So let yourself sink into this knowledge, that even now as you listen, the cycle is preparing for you. Your own journey through drowsiness, light sleep, deep waves, and dreams is waiting. You are safe to enter it. You are safe to drift. The science of sleep is not cold or clinical. It is gentle, it is caring, it is a gift written into your very nature. And as you rest tonight, remember that every stage has its purpose. The drifting that eases you in, the light sleep that calms your senses, the slow waves that heal your body, the dreams that restore your mind. Together they form a story that repeats each night, the quiet rhythm of being alive. Now feel the weight of your body on the bed. Feel the rhythm of your breath, steady and calm. The cycle has already begun, and you are already part of it. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on water. Let your body sink like stone into earth. Let your mind open its doors to dreams. For the night is long enough to carry you through all stages, and the morning will come soon enough. For now, you are safe. You are resting. You are whole. And you may drift into sleep.